Show.
With the Diesel and the Jet, this is Ernie Johnson. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. Tonight, we'll see the Los Angeles Lakers playing against the Hawks in Atlanta. Looking at the Hawks, this is their first time facing off this season. Last year, they split the season series at a game apiece. For the Hawks over the last few years, they've brought in some faces and tactics from San Antonio. Shaq, are they really the San Antonio Spurs East, as we've heard in recent years?
Well, Coach Budenholzer was a former San Antonio Spurs assistant. They run a similar motion offense with spacing in the ball movement. They're not the Spurs yet because they don't have any players that can create ISO plays and get players other shots.
What I like about that team, Ernie, is every player on that team, just put their ego aside. They're not worried about the numbers, and winning is all cost, and winning is first. And when you see that in a team, then that is the hallmark of the San Antonio Spurs organization. Egos aside, winning first.
Atlanta, 4 All-Stars, and a trip to the Eastern Conference Finals in 2015. Let us get down to Kevin Harlan as we get ready for the opening tip.
Welcome, everyone, to Phillips Arena. We're in Atlanta, Georgia, the home of the Hawks, where we'll be broadcasting live today. It's the NBA, and it's live right here on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. We look at the Lakers. Still early in the season, but the front office and coaching staff likes what they are seeing from this team so far. Better winning percentage than last year.
And you know, for the Lakers, they have hit the ground running this year. The work they did in the offseason has paid huge dividends right away.
Sure it has. I mean, they came out of the preseason with a real air of confidence. There may not have been many outsiders who believed in them, but now plenty of people do.
And now the Lakers starting group. We've got Davis. Kobe is out there with Rajon Rondo. Then there's Howard. And it's James in at the small forward position. Now here's James. Here's Howard, and a foul on the shot. He'll go to the strike for 2.
And guys, Dwight Howard's an interesting guy, one of the most physically imposing players in our league, and yet he's known for his lighthearted, almost playful nature.
And for Howard, his parents raised him to keep a smile on his face and stay upbeat and remain positive. He's done all those things and still competed in the rough and tumble world of pro basketball.
Yeah, and yet some of his peers and contemporaries have gone at him. Durant, for instance, Kobe Bryant called him soft. Byron Scott questioned his desire. Guys go about their work in different manners.
And he's good on the second. Last season was difficult for Dwight Howard, to say the least, across the board. Worse since, in fact, his rookie year.
Yeah, he just wasn't able to stay healthy. I mean, looks dominant in spurts. Gets you thinking, okay, he's back, then his body betrays him.
Now, here is Young. He's coming off a 25-point game against Toronto.
And also defensively, guys, he kept them off balance with 4 steals on the night.
Davis with the bucket.
Easy to see who's going to win that race.
Yeah, early offense is often easy offense. Excellent work that time.
And talking about Howard, always a perennial double-doubles leader. Last year, through the injuries, he dropped down to 23 total double-doubles. But that was in only 41 games. So the average over an 82-game stretch would have put him in the top 5 once again. So clearly, he has a lot left when he's healthy.
Getting back to Dwight Howard, I think he's at a crossroads physically. Had back and knee issues. It's highly unlikely he can be 100% for a full season. You just hope to have him happy and healthy for your most important games.
The first free throw is good.
You know, there was plenty to be happy about last year in Atlanta with the way the Hawks played. One sour note, though, was that the team was viewed as a potential buy for Seattle groups.
And so Collins nails both of them. Well, last season, the Hawks not only had a great year on the floor as they were the top seed in the Eastern Conference, but they had a pretty good day at the bank, too. They sold for a nice price. Looks like the team is going to stay in Atlanta where it belongs.
Yeah, and that's great news for Atlanta, and they were rewarded with a terrific season. The group, including Grant Hill, purchased the Hawks, and obviously will keep that group in Atlanta for many years to come.
And Davis gets it to go.
And a really good way to start the game. He's a guy who, if he gets it going early, he's going to give you problems.
Collins kicks to Hardaway. Screen by Young. Dishes to Turner. Passes it to Collins. There's the pick. And there's the feed to Hardaway. Shot clock at 5. The monster passes to Turner. Here's Collins. And once again off the mark by Atlanta. Rondo against Young. Rondo dishes to James. From deep three-point range, Atlanta with the rebound. This game coming on the heels of their win against Toronto.
Yeah, struggled to shoot the basketball in that game, but still found a way, if you will. I mean, they had to pick up the slack in a lot of other areas, and they did.
And, Greg, you know, not too many teams are going to win shooting that poorly from the floor. Well, I'd have to say it says a lot about them as a ball club to win with that poor shooting performance.
Now, here is Young after LeBron James's miss.
That's the epitome of teamwork right there, Kevin, on the alley-oop.
Clark, what about the finish? Bring her down with some thunder.
Yeah, lightning, too.
But, guys, the pass, for me, even better. He absolutely put that on a platter for him.
Davis setting the pick for Kobe. And again, the Lakers no good.
But that would have been lucky had it fallen. Poor shot selection.
Yeah, look at the coach's face and the expression. It says all over it. Are you kidding me?
Rondo drives in. That one's off. He starts the game with a miss.
How about him there just bodying him up to make him alter the trajectory on that shot?
Definitely some very sound defense played on that trip.
Here's Young. Here's Collins. And the dunk to finish it off. That beauty.
This guy is a beast on the board.
And when he gets those second chance points, GA, he does not waste one of them.
And you know what? It's always going to be a powerhouse finish with him. We know that for sure. Rondo, a master at setting up teammates.
The Hawks leading. And Young kicks to Hardaway. Softly drops in the floater. Hardaway has got his second bucket.
Oh, terrific way to finish that move there, going to the basket.
Rondo kicks to Kobe. The fadeaway. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. Kobe's got his first points of the night.
You know, maybe save that fadeaway move for when he really needs it.
Hardaway kicks to Collins. Back to Hardaway. And Davis sends it back to the wing right side. Beyond the arc. Kobe misses. The Hawks have gone 4 of 10 shooting the ball here in the first quarter. And Young, here we go. Excellent D from Howard.
Nothing dropping for him, so I think in the best interest of his team, he may need to think about not shooting right now.
Kobe kicks to Howard. No good. And Atlanta will come the other way. Turner against LeBron. Young with no one around. Hits it from three-point range. Young's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Here is Rondo. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Outside, Davis. They set the screen. Turner with the steal. Hardaway with it. He picked up 15 points in their last win against Toronto. Young against Rondo. Unloads. Kept alive by Atlanta. Collins passes to Turner. And Young kicks to Turner. Hardaway for three. A rebound by the Lakers. They defeated the Wizards in their last game.
And if you look at the numbers, guys, I mean, what jumps out at you is the balance they had offensively.
Very satisfying road win because you're right. There was tremendous balance displayed. I mean, the crowd was basically stunned at how they were able to dismantle that defense.
And now the first timeout called here for the Hawks. It was a trade that seemingly had been talked about for several years. Finally last season, Boston shipping out Rajon Rondo to the Dallas Mavericks, Clark, halfway through the season.
Yeah, and it seemed to me to be a trade that actually helped both teams.
Atlanta making some changes. Kenneth Faried, he's checked in for Collins. Cephalosha comes in for Evan Turner. And Justin Holiday subbed in for Tim Hardaway Jr. Big group substitution here for the Lakers. Markieff Morris is checked in for Howard. Red Hot comes in for LeBron. Green, he's checked in for Kobe. And Andre Miller has subbed in for Rajon Rondo. Now, here is Young, providing around 26.5 points a game. Rarely has an off night. Holiday, no one around him. The Hawks again can't hit.
And for Rondo, in the trade, he was able to get out of a rebuilding situation in Boston. It immediately helped a playoff contender in Dallas that was looking for help at that point guard position.
On the wing, Davis. Faried defending. The jump hook, that's good. Davis has got the game tied up here for the Lakers.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
And Faried kicks to Cephalosha. It's Young on the wing, covered by Miller. Morris with the block. And now it's Green running. He can go all the way. Hammers it home to polish off the break.
And I love the fact that he didn't try to take on the defense by himself. Great pass on the move. And I tell you what, it was a rough go of things there early on for Rondo and Dallas. And you know, even for great players, it's always an adjustment when you go from a position of comfort to a completely new environment. And even though you're going to a better team, there's going to be some hemming and hawing in terms of your role and how you fit in.
Now, here is Miller, looking for his first basket still in this one. Pass to Reddick. That one a little long.
No breathing room at all to take that shot.
Faried goes in. The pass to the monster. Holiday against Davis. Passes to the monster. Goes back up. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time. The monster's got his first basket of the night. Los Angeles has gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Miller outside. Pass to Morris. Some nice passing here by Los Angeles. Let out the pass to Morris. Gets a very good look and converts. And the Lakers lead by 2.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agendas.
Yeah, and it's really fun to see that kind of unselfishness. Really hard not to appreciate all the assists they've racked up.
Now, here is Young. Cephalosha passes to the monster. Young in the corner. Off the screen. That's good on the jump shot. Young's got 5 points so far.
You know, you look at his stats. He's just 2 for 8. That's not a pretty percentage, folks. That's 25%. Not good.
So timeout called here. The first for Los Angeles. The Lakers weren't very good at all last season, Clark, and they just didn't have any teeth in their road games.
Well, you know, they shot threes on the road well, Kevin. Top percentage in the league, as a matter of fact. Still, they just couldn't hold on to leads.
Here's what Atlanta's going with right now. Splitter's checked in for the Monster. And DJ Augustine subbed in for Young. Now here is Smith coming off a solid outing against Washington. Morris inside. He's against Splitter. Morris, no good.
And the Lakers would end with a road record of 9-32. That is a franchise worst for them and sums up the year they had away from Staples.
Green with the rebound.
And that's the way you want to defend. Nice job there.
Always important to have that good interior defense.
And Splitter pulls it down.
We got a narrow edge here in rebounding early on. You wonder how much that'll play going forward.
Yeah, it's a game of inches, and every play counts.
Now here is Augustine. And Fareed kicks to Holiday. Augustine against Smith. And it's sent back by Morris. 1:15 left here in the opening quarter. That's good. Red Hot's got his first points in this one.
You know, looking at the Lakers, a big thing for them as we get back to their road woes is they didn't win a single game on the road in their division. In a word, that's terrible.
Now here is Augustine. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. High post shot. And no good as it rattles out.
Good pick, but he just couldn't make it count.
Yeah, nice job of setting the screen by his teammate there, and I'm sure he appreciated it.
Here is Miller. Morris inside. Fareed defending. Morris, no good. The Hawks trailing. Shot and game clock separated by 5. Augustine dishes to Fareed. He kicks to Cephalosha. Screen by Fareed. Smith against Augustine. Feeds to Splitter. Cephalosha passes to Splitter. And there's Augustine. That's good on the assist by Splitter. Augustine's got the game tied up here for Atlanta. 5 seconds left in the first. 1 second left. And no good trying to get that one. Tie game in Atlanta. And the second quarter will get underway just after this short break. And Dwight Howard, a lightning rod figure around the league, subject to a lot of criticism, but he says he takes comfort in playing the game he still loves.
Basketball, this is my passion. You know, on the court, it's my sanctuary. You know, I want to have fun. The reason I play is to win championships. I take this game very seriously.
It's an interesting concept that Dwight has to take something very seriously in order to have fun. He does say he has a burning passion to win a championship. He's been in the finals, and this is a guy that's got still a lot to shoot for, he feels, in his career.
It's a great point, Kevin. And the challenge for Dwight is how to balance how serious he is and how passionate he is with having that fun on the court that he's after.
Neither team able to build much of a lead up to this point as we start the second quarter. And when you consider how Atlanta is doing, your thoughts?
It's been about the effort. Love the hustle they've shown here in the first.
Yeah, it's due to their hustle, as you said, Greg, and it's showing up on the scoreboard, too.
So the Lakers 5 right now. Rajon Rondo is out there with Bradley. Then it's LeBron James. Then it's Smith. And it's Howard in at the center, locking down the middle. The Hawks making a switch here. Collins is checked in. Last season, Atlanta showed just how much fun a team can have playing team basketball, a complete team effort. We use that word a lot. You don't see it much in the NBA, but boy, they epitomized it, Clark.
Yeah, they sure did. Refreshing to see a team do that well collectively without a real superstar. Just a solid group that understood their roles and played them perfectly. Now
here is Hardaway. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Turner. Tries again. Augustine. Outside Hardaway. Splitter sets a screen. They double him with LeBron. On the wing, Turner. Second shot opportunity. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good.
And, folks, it's not like the Hawks didn't have talent. I mean, they did have 4 All-Stars last year. None of them voted in, however.
Now here's LeBron. He had a 27-point outing in their last game against the Wizards in Washington. Connects on the foul line jumper. LeBron's got the lead back up to 3 now for the Lakers. Atlanta's shooting just 35%. They've got to get better looks.
You know, what shows you just how team-oriented the Hawks were last season was this stat. They never had anybody score more than 30 points for them in the game all season. Millsap had 30 points once early in the year, and that was the high mark for the team.
Now here's Hardaway. Here's Collins. Dwight Howard pulls it in.
Well, that's an excellent challenge right there. Good job contesting that shot by the defender.
Rondo kicks to Smith. It's good, coming on the assist by Rajon Rondo. Rondo's got 3 assists now in this one. The Hawks trail by 6. Clark, they've been looking out of sync offensively.
You know what? A basket here would do a lot for their confidence.
Splitter dishes to Collins. And he takes the feed in stride and slams it home.
Hang time on that rim. Puts a little whipped cream on that angel food cake there.
It's a tight ball game, and those displays of strength, Clark, can get one team rolling.
Agreed.
And also the other on its heels. Let's see how this one turns out.
Now here's LeBron, and we know he can score. He's averaging around 21.5 points a game.
They've really flipped things around offensively.
Yeah, and anytime you can make more than half of your shots, you'll take that.
Hardaway against Bradley. There's the dish to Turner. They get it back. Here's Collins, and it is flushed down with a nice jam.
And that's a huge play. I mean, they need more like it because second chance points are going to be key in this game.
Probably so. That's usually a crucial element to any comeback.
Yeah, and if you look at it, had they been converting those second chances all along instead of waiting until now, who knows?
And it's slammed in by Howard.
Superb assist there. He played the role of the maestro on that one.
The Hawks trail by 7. Time call here. The Hawks decide to talk it over. And this is the first season matchup for them against the Lakers team.
And it was a matchup you thought they would have cruised through, but they actually dropped the game in this series last year.
Greg, you know, it was 1-1 split from 2 teams on the opposite side of the standings. And, you know, as we've said many times, anything can happen when you play out of conference. Well, clearly the Lakers were not a great team. I mean, they did have one of their better bench units last season. They led the league in points off the bench, but that was more an indictment of the quality of the starters than the firepower of the bench.
For the Hawks, the monster comes in for Splitter. Young is subbed in for Augustine. Davis is checked in for Los Angeles. And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. There's a good screen. Hardaway, and Davis sends it back. James in the post. No good. And Atlanta will come the other way. Last year, the Lakers did have some firepower off the bench. A lot of players would see their roles shift during the year, as you might expect for a team trying to find the right combination.
Yeah, they were also near the top in the league in bench minutes played. So whether you start or come off the bench last year in L.A., you'll see plenty of action.
Here's Rondo after the made shot from Evan Turner. On the wing, James. Turner covering. Just 5 on the clock. And the shot falls short this time.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
They set the pick. Young with the ball. He's picked up by Rondo. Young's shot is off.
Great looking defense, really, just to disrupt the rhythm on that shot.
Yeah, really turned it from a simple, straightforward look into a very difficult shot.
And that's what you want to see. Good, fundamental, sound basketball with the bounce pass.
Here's the monster. Here's Collins. And good. At the Ingles that time as it falls. Collins has got 12 in the game. Here is Rondo. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. He dishes it to Bradley. Right side, Davis. It's tipped. Now Young. 5 points in the game. Down low. Here's Collins. Oh, tried to dunk it home, but drew the foul, and he'll go to the line. That one on Davis.
You're hot, and that's certainly been the case for Fresh. 12 points, and they've got to be happy with his work on the glass, too.
They really do. He is not giving up any ground in the paint, and when the ball goes up, you know he's going to be there to fight for it.
No good on the free throw. Certainly the biggest surprise last year, Clark, was the play of the Atlanta Hawks. Few would have picked them to win the East at the start of the season.
Well, they did it, and they earned it. The Hawks didn't have any superstars on their roster, but they won with solid team play.
Bryant is checked in for the Lakers. He's off on the second.
And for the Hawks, they did end up with 4 All-Stars last season. As you said, it was all about how they work together as a team.
Now here's James. He's got 9. Count the bucket. James has got the lead up to 7 now for the Lakers.
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they've built this lead for themselves here. And, you know, around the NBA, the league recognized the Hawks were a complete team. Everybody played their roles superbly. The NBA named all 5 of their starters the player of the week last year in an unprecedented move.
Young for 3, and once again off the mark by Atlanta.
Yeah, but the defenders draped all over him. He just could not shake loose.
Outside for Rondo. The offensive rebound. And there's 2 points. Working on the glass, paying off that time. And now a 9-point Laker lead. Atlanta's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Young outside. Fires from 18. The shot by Turner, no good.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Puts it up from 15. Green for 2 points. Turner's got 6.
And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
Rondo against Young. Rondo kicks to Davis. Outside for Rondo. Los Angeles needs to get off a shot here. Rondo with another miss. The Hawks trail by 7. Clark, they've been looking out of sync offensively.
You know what? A basket here would do a lot for their confidence.
They set the pick. No one near Turner as he lets it go. Atlanta gets it back. And plenty of contact on the shot. So 2 free throws coming up. And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Lakers?
Guys, right from the start, it's been apparent they're determined to establish a presence in the paint.
The other thing they've had going for them tonight is their passing. I mean, doing a nice job. Plenty of their points early on coming off assists.
And he makes the first. Big part of the problem for the Lakers last year was consistency. Clark, with all their injuries, they had to shuffle the lineup, it seemed, every game.
Well, you know what happened with all that shuffling was they got to see a lot of different players and evaluate them for the future. I think it helped in regards to what they're going to do this offseason.
And for the Lakers, obviously the big get for them was landing the #2 overall pick in the draft. Getting a quality big to add to a roster with Kobe is huge. It made them a player, again, I believe, in free agency.
And he gets the bucket.
Nice stroke from long range, and if he keeps getting those opportunities, he better take them.
And Young kicks to Cephalosha. Holiday goes in, uses the glass to finish the layup. Holiday's got his first bucket of the night.
And, you know, when it comes to the Lakers, they're always going to be players in free agency if they have money. It's still a marquee franchise in the NBA, one of the top 2 or 3, no doubt.
Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying Clark to get back into this game like this.
Yeah, definitely a jam with emphasis. A big apostrophe or exclamation point. How about maybe even a question mark, partner?
Yeah, I would have to say there are a lot of questions right now from a defensive standpoint, that's for sure.
Morris a screen. Kobe with it, and Holiday picks him up defensively. Davis down low. Fareed's there, and it's blocked. Kicks it to Young. Trying to break that ice-cold streak.
He's getting more and more physical as this game has gone along.
And it's starting to pay dividends. They've gotten a lot of trips to the line because of it in this second.
The Hawks shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight.
All right, now, take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. Hawks were so dominant last year and were the first team to clinch their spot in the postseason.
Hawks also would wrap up the top seed in the East and were able to advance against the Nets in 6 games.
And the Lakers making a change here. Green's checked in. So he gets them both.
You know, in the second round, the Hawks had a bit of trouble once again with the Wizards. Were able to get by them despite going down 2-1 in that series. Seemed like they were out of gas against the Cavs in the next round.
On the wing, Green. Pass to Red Hot from the arc. But they get it back. Stripped it away. Here's Young, and he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
A tough start scoring the basketball, but they're starting to turn it around now.
Yeah, it looks like they've gained a little bit of confidence as the lid has come off the hoop.
And really, with the Hawks in the postseason, they just ran out of help. I mean, the Korver injury, the Carroll injury were huge against the Cavs. And when you lose that much talent, you could see why they were swept out of that conference finals. Don't forget, they also lost Cephalosha prior to the playoffs.
LA's gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. Miller against Young. Miller, the pass to Red Hot. He feeds it to Green. Los Angeles with another miss. The Hawks trailing. Young dishes to Fareed. Outside Holiday. And it's all evened up.
It seems that every pass they make is leading to a score here. I mean, that's just exquisite ball movement.
And that's because the ball is looking for the best shot, and it's really paid off for them during the run.
And it's Miller penetrating. Dishes to Davis. On the wing. Rebounded by Cephalosha.
You know, he's been off his game this quarter just a bit. Hasn't been able to get a whole lot to go so far.
Young against Miller. Young outside. And again, it's Atlanta.
Well, here in the second, not as listless. They're showing some signs of life offensively.
You know, steadying themselves. After a tough start, they're back on track.
Miller kicks to Morris. 56 seconds left to play here in the half. Here's Davis. And it's good off the back rim and in. Davis has got it all tied up now for the Lakers.
Just couldn't get a hand in the face on that one.
That's using what you got. He's got a height advantage, put it to good use there, and got himself a clean look.
Second chance shot, and he lays it up and in. And the Hawks lead by 2.
You know, the first shot defense has been pretty good, but they've been getting beat way too often with the second and third chance.
Great point, Clark. That last line of defense is your ability to secure the backboard.
Miller kicks to Davis. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Blatant contact. Straightforward call. Simple.
For Los Angeles, they have made 2 of their previous 3 free throws in today's game.
Really hasn't come together for them as a group in terms of free throw shooting. Just around 70% on the season.
You know, their percentages dropped off just a little bit compared to last year, guys, but it's not a huge drop-off, so no major concern.
Splitters checked in for Atlanta. Augustine comes in for Young, and the Lakers also making a change. J.R. Smith's checked in for Miller. And so Anthony Davis nails both of them.
We're seeing today what makes him one of the best free throw shooters among the league's big men. Beautiful stroke.
Augustine up top, covered by Smith. Augustine against Smith. The 11-footer, Morris with the block. Here's Red Hot. Got it off in time, but it's no good. Tie game in Atlanta. And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Yes, guys, I'm here with Anthony Davis. And Anthony, based on how the game has been going so far, what's your attitude going to be when you come out to play this second half?
So, we got to come out with a great intensity, and it starts in the warm-up. So, we got to come out with a great intensity, great mindset. Let's try to go out there and win the third quarter.
Anthony, thank you. Guys, it should be all business when you step between the lines.
All right, Doris, thank you. And we'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Ernie Johnson here, joined by Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. We welcome you to the halftime show on 2K Sports. A competitive matchup for Atlanta in the first quarter. Nothing seemed to give way on either side of the scoring column as they wrapped up the period all knotted up. The second quarter was dead even in terms of their scoring output from both teams, and they still find themselves in a good position at the half. And Shaq, what are your thoughts on how Atlanta played?
Well, those second chance points are huge, and they only came because of their effort. Their work on the offensive glass is what's keeping them in the game. They definitely should try to continue to stay tough on the glass. It's been key so far.
And Kenny, let's get your thoughts on the Lakers.
Well, the reserves really came through when they needed a spark. This is a close game. Any points you can get from your bench are huge. I thought the bench guys came in and inserted themselves like they wanted a starting spot. And that's what you want. Subs who are ready to produce the moment they step on the floor.
And that's it for halftime as the second half is just about to get underway. See you after the game.